Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's ELN Marketing Hangout. My name is Stacy Wallace, and I am honored to be a social executive with Solavei. And today, none other than the supercalifragilistic, look at her with bangs, Laura Wells, social connector with Solavei and a great leader. Laura, hello. I love it. You look so young.
Hello. Yeah, like you were saying, it's the what did you say? It's the young woman's Botox.
Yeah, that's right. Young woman's Botox. That's before you invest in the injections, which clearly I have not done because my eyebrows move. Oh my gosh, we're so weird. Well, today is going to be a fun marketing hangout. You remember, these are Jedi marketing skills from top members that we're not going to have anyone on here that is not doing the deal. So what we're not looking for are just teachers or preachers. We want people who are authentic examples of what you're being told. So there was a time not too long ago I started writing a song about it was actually a little hardcore, but it was don't be a hypocrite, practice what you preach. I see you dress up on Sundays, but you lie as much as me. I don't want a teacher. I don't want a preacher. What I want is an example of what you're showing me. Show me love. Show me love. Show me everything you say that your faith is made of. And it was really, it was just about people being real and authentic. I never recorded it because it was just a little hardcore in people's face. But it really is the way I feel. I don't want people who talk the talk but don't walk the walk. Yesterday we did an admin call with Laura and JJ and Ricardo and Roxana, Hannah, and we were all a number of the admins of ELN, and we were all talking about what are the parameters for having someone going forward in this fall season and into 2014. You guys are going to see we are upping our game big time with Empowered Living Network. We have so many incredible leaders now contributing in. We've got new tools and resources to make sure that we've got the best of the best trainings every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're making sure that we're collaborating together so that we have a diverse message coming to all the members, whether you're online marketer, offline marketer, whether you're belly-to-belly marketer, whether you like sitting at home, whether you're a mom of 5 kids and homeschooling, whatever it is, we want to make sure that we've got meat training week after week and being able to give that to you. So one of the things they were talking about is how do we determine who will be on these webinars, because we do have a special calendar for those admins and their guests. And I said the first thing I want is loyalty to everything Solavei, loyalty to their systems, loyalty to their brand, loyalty and consistency that they're talking about Solavei, not a bunch of other mix-match deals. And the second thing we talked about is they've got to be meaty messages. I don't want fluff. I don't want hype. I don't want just pseudo psychological whatever. I want it to always come back home to principles that you can apply today that will allow for increase in your day tomorrow, in your week, in your months to come. You're going to hear about some really exciting things coming up here in just the next, probably about the next week. You'll start to see it come out. You've seen us all talking about generosity. And you're going to hear some pretty cool things that are going to be coming down the pipeline. So get ready, get ready, get ready. It is about to rain, and we want you to experience that. I'm not going to take any more, but certainly extravagant generosity is the topic. And this week, Laura, we have just loved the fact watching. Let me do something real quick, Laura. I think I have it right here behind me. Say hi to everybody, by the way.
Hey, everybody. I can't stop staring at this. I'm trying to, every time I look at the camera, it's like it's not really me. I'm so excited because you guys have probably seen our Facebook cover photos, our timeline photos, where it kind of counts down. We're doing 3 weeks, and it says generosity, and then now it says 2 weeks generosity, and so it's very exciting that, you know, Stacy always has something up her sleeve. I'm noticing that now over the last several years. So this is going to be really, really neat what's being unveiled, and it's not anything that I love seeing how many people are trying to guess what's coming down, and it's something that it doesn't even have anything to do with what you probably think it has something to do with. So I'm really excited about that. How's that for a teaser?
Yeah, good teaser. And what I can assure you is you are going to be blown away. You're going to love it. And you are going, if you're about to have an incredible shift. Today I'm going in. I've got 2 hours scheduled up at Solavei corporate. Great strategy sessions coming down the pike. And loving, loving, loving what's taking place. You know, we've got Social Commerce University that starts next weekend in New York. You guys need to be going to empoweredliving.biz/university and get yourself registered. If you're within a 3 to 5 hour driving radius, you want to make sure you're there. It's going to be a great event. Every one of these events we did in the summer, people just walked away blown away. Not only great meaty information for their business, but they walked away, people emotionally charged, relationally charged, and just feeling like that was the best investment of time that they had done in years and years and years. And I loved hearing that, because we really do have some of the best speakers and trainers, folks, again, that have walked the walk, they've talked the talk, and they're proving their principles and their trainings every single day by making it happen. So real quick, and I'm going to do a formal announcement of this, but because you guys are on today, I think it's pretty cool because you guys kind of get to see things before they actually get posted officially. But I've dressed up today, not only for my meeting up at corporate, wearing my purple, what is it called, fake fur. And I have to say that up here in Washington, otherwise somebody will like throw a tomato at me if they think it's real. So for this very special reason, do you see this, guys? Do y'all see this wad of dollar bills? You see, it keep going. I've kind of got it stacked here, and it's a lot of dollar bills. But one thing you will note is every dollar bill has, let me find one that's really good. Okay, let me do it here. Every dollar bill, somebody, I don't know if that's good, but somebody abused the dollar bill. They wrote on it. They're all signed. So for us, this wasn't about money. These are pieces of paper that are about bucking up. We went for 5 weeks. The top leaders that put together the Summer Social Commerce University, we did a 5-week challenge with each other. I think there was about 20 people that were a part of that mastermind call, still are, holding each other accountable to a trio a week. And when somebody didn't have a trio in the week, they showed up with a buck and their name on it. And at the end of the 5 weeks, we tallied all of that, so it wasn't really, again, about the money, but this is about pride. Having to give up your name on a dollar. I don't know what's going to happen with these. I'm sure we'll have to hear about it. But every one of these dollar bills have names of people. Now, a lot of people showed up with 2 trios in the 5 weeks. Some showed up with 1 trio in the 5 weeks. Some people showed up with multiple trios. I have to say Juan Williams was our 2nd place winner. Amazing. Showed up with like trio after trio after trio every week. And but our grand prize winner with 19 sign-ups in 5 weeks was none other than Laura Wells. Congratulations. The crowds are going wild. Laura, congratulations. Again, master recruiter, connector, we just love you. So I'm going to do a great, cool video of this today, and we will post it on our social media spots so that you can have a little brag. Sometimes it's not about the prize as much as it is about the pride behind the prize and the brag you get to have to show your team that you're walking the walk and talking the talk. So congratulations to you, Laura. Do you have an acceptance?
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and you know, we joke now, but a year ago when we started these little contests and stuff, I told Stacy, I'm like, I'm not a competitive person. I'm really not. But I will say I do like to win. But it has nothing to do with competitiveness.
Yeah, okay, so rewind. I'm not competitive, but I like to win.
I do.
Competitive.
For me, you know what? For me, it's more about integrity, and I say that in all seriousness because I tell my you know, my members, to be successful, it's consistency. It's always repeating it day in and day out, consistency. And the way to win in this compensation plan, to win in getting free mobile service, whatever your goal is, to create a win for yourself in terms of adding additional income, you have to be consistent. But the trio a week mentality sets you up for success. It really does, because when you can get one trio, you can get 100 trios. There's no difference. You know, it's just helping people. So, but doing that since launch, I'm never going to tell my team, my members, to do something that I don't expect myself to go do. And that's one thing I love about you, Stacey, too. If you're telling us to go do something, you're already ahead of us paving the way to go do it. So for me, it's about integrity, but I do have to say, I do maybe like winning a little bit.
A little bit, moquito. Well, I like winning too, clearly, but I think the biggest thing is when you have that spirit, Laura, not only do you win, but you win for other people, because you can't grow a network. I couldn't become an executive with as many people as I have without helping others. And I love what Zig Ziglar says. You can have everything in life you want if you'll help enough other people get what they want. Now, here's what's cool about Solavei. You do not have to have a trio a week mentality if you just want to use mobile service. That is for hardcore, press to the end. I want to change my destiny, want to change my future. I want to have a legacy for my kids, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, all-out massive action. That's that mentality. So if you're somebody who goes, well, you know what, I don't want to be under that pressure, then absolutely step back and determine what your goal is. Maybe it's a member a week, or maybe it's a trio a month. Whatever it is, you've got to set that goal. Now, of course, the Social Commerce University, those are hardcore marketers that are building businesses that they want to become executives. That's why they're going to be the ones on stage sharing with you, because they really are the best of the best. And I think it's important for you to learn from those type of people. And then if you don't want to do everything, you guys might look at someone like me and go, you know what, she is whack. I mean, she's just like in a whole nother stratosphere. Well, then you look at that and go, okay, if that's possible, then what do I want to do? Knowing that that's the ceiling of what I would want to be, do, have. I'm going to crank it down here because I really want this. Now, I'll tell you, doing what we do, my number one priority is my God. My second priority is my husband. My third priority is my children, and then comes my business. So you will find I'm a homeschool mom. I take my daughter to acting classes, my son to piano, my daughter to guitar. My son is an entrepreneur, a tennis player. I play literally everyday tennis with him. There's things that are core values to me that Solavei does not trump. But I have found that if you set your goal and then do Solavei in with your core values, you don't feel torn. I've heard people say, well, I can't do that because I can't. And some people can't, and that's where you need to look at yourself. And today, we're going to talk about a topic that's going to help you automate and systematize some of what you're doing. Now, to enroll the number of people and to build like this with people, you know, I have people that sign up. I don't pursue them. I don't push them. But I also say, okay, there's a 1, 2, 3 training on empoweredliving.biz. Take it. And then it's kind of like tennis for me. I hit the ball to them, and I say, hey, there's a 1, 2, 3 training. If they come back, like Erica McGrew, rock star, just got started, and comes out of the gate, signs up 6 people. The girl is, you guys just listen out for that name. She's going to do amazing things. Well, when I hit the ball to her, that 1, 2, 3 training, she was calling me back within just hours, literally, and saying, okay, I've got it done. What's now? And so I give her another assignment. I say, okay, well, now let's go after your first trio. She gets that. She comes back. I said, okay, you want to be in one of our private masterminds? Here's a goal for you. I want you to get free mobile service. She comes back with free mobile service, says, let me in on the call. There are people, and you want to work with them according to their preference so that you're not pushing them. Solavei is created ultimately not for the power builders. It's created for the average guy that's just looking for good mobile service. Now, some of us have seen that there's a little bigger deal than free mobile service or a good deal. And so those of us, we call ourselves power sharers. the company is now calling it power shares. Well, we're the ones that are finding ways to build massive organizations within Solavei so that we can do something beautiful for our families in the future. Today, we are going to talk about a system that Solavei has put out called Share Solavei. You can go to sharesolavei.com, and Laura is a perfect example of how that system can work for you, help you automate your life, as well as give you the tools and resources that when the company comes out with something like $39, how do you use it? How do you get a message out to everyone that's ever expressed any kind of interest in your business? So Laura, how about you start off, and I will control the slides here over on the right of the screen, and take us through what you're doing. You enroll all these people. How do you follow up with them? How are you getting them? You know, consistent sign-ups are not happening because you talk to people this week. It's because you constantly fill your funnel. And so you've got sign-ups that are happening. You've got a follow-up process that's working masterfully. When somebody says, hey, I'm interested, you follow up with them. A great blog. Take us through that. What are you doing?
Yeah, and one of the really cool things, and you touched on this just a second ago, you know, with Solavei, and yes, I want to have a trio week mentality because I know where I want to get. So for me, I'm kind of doing things a little bit faster than the person next to me maybe. But here's what's really cool, you guys. Somebody was asking me, do you have to have a trio a week or more to become a thousandaire or to scale the compensation plan? And what I think is really neat about Solavei is that right now, I mean, you can see it on the chart. If you simply refer one person a week, okay, and maybe a couple more for good measure, but one person a week over the course of a year, you're able to increase your family's income by an additional $12,000 a year, plus some because of trio pay. So, but that's 54 people is what's needed right now for a thousandaire. You guys, I don't care what you do for a 9-to-5 job. It's not likely that your boss is going to give you a $12,000 a year raise by the end of the next year, a year from today. And that's all it is referring one person a week. So that, you know, if you need to start there, I think I want to refer one person this week. Or if you want to ramp it up and you've been doing that and you want to say, okay, I want to enroll 3 people this week. Share Solavei is a good fit for the person who wants to take it slow and the person that wants to be, like Stacey was saying, a power sharer. So for me, when I decided, okay, I'm going to kick this up a notch. I want to become a power sharer. I want to have at least a trio a week. I've actually been in the mindset now of 2 trios a week for a few months now. And so to do that, I had to find some way to duplicate my efforts. Because otherwise, that's a lot of phone calls. That's a lot of sending out emails, mass emails, and nobody wants to feel like they're on a list. So what I want to do is I want to share with you guys how I'm making this entertaining. I'm making it interesting because I don't want people to feel like they're just on some boring list, but they are on a list. It can't come across as feeling like that. So before we dive into Share Solavei, one of the things that I do on Facebook, now for me, my playground is Facebook. I've been developing my list and networking on Facebook for, you know, like 5 years. And so this is not an overnight thing. You've got to start somewhere, though. So if you're starting today, start developing relationships on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or any of that, or even belly-to-belly networking groups. But you've got to start somewhere. And so the training that we have, the basic training 201, talks a little bit more about that. So
hey,
step
Laura,
one.
before I'm like
Yes.
doing a check here because I'm just putting something together that you just said that I think is awesome, and I want to grind it into people. You know, like in the Bible, Jesus said, "Verily, verily," that means he has a point to make. So I want to say it again. You just made a point that somebody in Solavei can earn an extra $1,000 or more a month with what would seem like minimal effort as compared to what it would take. I've got a rental home in Hot Springs, Arkansas, that I make maybe $200 or $300 a month off that rental home. But the pain in the tail that it is for me to have that rental property is why I have it now up for sale, because it it's insanity what it's taking to make $200 or $300 off of a $300,000 property. It's crazy. And not only that, but knowing that there's maintenance, there's upkeep, all of those things, what it takes for you to have that kind of residual income. That's why people have rental properties. If you watch Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or anything about Robert Kiyosaki's 4 quadrants, they're all about how can you create residual income that is bigger than your monthly nut, so that you're not having to work for money, but money is working for you. So you've got these houses, and if monthly your nut is, well, you need $5,000 a month to live and have everything paid for, you want to have $5,000 worth of investments a month coming in, so that that's being paid for, so that you're not actually having to work for a living, right? So what Laura just said is you could have an extra $1,000 a month coming in with minimal effort, and I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm just going to say they've made it very doable within Solavei. And thinking, even if that took you 2 years to become a thousandaire within Solavei, even if it was, not easy for you to get to $1,000, do you realize that in the world of investments, $1,000 a month coming in on a residual basis is a big deal? You would have to have an investment of over $350,000 just to make the same money you'd make as a thousandaire. That's what you'd have to have an investment of either $350,000 sitting in the bank at 5%, or maybe a house where you're making $1,000 a month on it. Can you imagine? Or houses. But think about all the headache and that. Here we're talking about building a network and then allowing that network to continue to grow as residual income. Laura, incredible point, and that's why this extra effort that you're getting ready to show them, how they can set up systems, blog, do things literally out of the comfort of their own home, how this can really be a game changer for their family.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. It's not easy. Nobody's ever said this is easy, but it is simple. People have done it. That means you can do it. We're starting with the same tools, the same resources. It's just, if you're going to apply yourself and take time, like you're doing right now, watching this, apply yourself, learn things, go to Google, find stuff out. I've never blogged before. How do hyperlinks work? What are keywords? How do I get found on Google? How do I do this? Look, you guys, the world of the internet right now makes it to where if there is something you want to know, 99% of it is probably on Google or on YouTube. So if you can't find it in these trainings, odds are you can probably learn how to blog and how to do all this kind of fun stuff for free, just by going out there and searching. But it's elbow grease, you guys. It's sweat equity. It's taking time to learn it and to actually apply it. So one of the things that I wanted, before we jump into share Solavei, you've got to, first of all, have people to go onto your site, right? Or what's the use? You need people to have interest in Solavei enough to go to your site. So, like I was saying, for me, 95% or more at this point of my referrals have come from people that I developed a relationship with, either online or offline, but that relationship was nurtured and the conversation has started through Facebook. So for me, that's my playground. For a lot of people, it's Twitter or LinkedIn or regular, in the community networking groups. No matter where it is, it doesn't matter. Here's the deal. To start marketing, I prefer, this is just me, but I prefer the method of attraction marketing. I don't like interruption marketing. That's telemarketers. That's loud commercials. That's not the way I want to showcase Solavei. That's not the way I want to share Solavei. What I do want to do is I want to create curiosity, and I want people to ask me, what's this Solavei thing you're talking about? Or how do I do that? Or tell me more. Or what is this? Just like, when you say something simple like, man, I love having unlimited mobile phone service for free. Don't post a link. Don't even say anything about Solavei. Try it. Post a message on Facebook or Twitter saying, man, I love having unlimited cell phone service for free. The end. Okay? Here's the most important piece. Okay? It's really tempting when someone comments, and they will, or they'll send you a private message. They're going to comment and they're going to say, how? What'd you do? What company? How do I do that? Stop. And this is so important. This right here is the place that most people bomb. So when people are asking you, how'd you do that? What'd you do? Stop. You're going to make a comment, like a reply to them in public for everyone else to see, and you're going to say, I'm going to send you a private message to show you how. Okay? This does a couple things. First of all, it doesn't look spammy because you're not spamming your link everywhere, but what it's doing, you guys, there are other people who are watching that thread on your Facebook page, and they're wanting to know what she's sending them. What's she saying? I want to know. I want to be in on the secret. Okay, so that's creating curiosity. You're just trying to get people to ask you the question, how do I do that? So that's what you put in public. I'm going to send you a private message that explains everything. I'll send you a private message so you can check it out or tell you what I did or whatever. In the private message now, the only thing I ever say is, hey, I'd love to share with you more information, but I'm actually on my way out the door. On my way to a meeting. I've got a quick phone call, so I don't have a lot of time to explain, but tell you what, give me your email address and your phone number. I'll shoot over an email to you on my way out the door, and you can just check it out when you have a few minutes. Okay? This does a couple of things. Again, you're not putting your link there. You're not even saying Solavei. Okay? This is something you can do on a regular basis, but what this is doing is it's actually a couple things. Number one, you're just a friend sharing a good deal, and you're still in that casual, this is kind of cool, you may want to check it out mode. Number two, what it's doing is it's letting them know this is casual. This is no big deal. You're not pitching anything. You're sharing information, which that's your only job right now. So, and they're going to, of course, be on the lookout for it. Tell them, keep your eye out for your email. Sometimes it goes into spam, but keep your eye out for it. I'm sending it within the next 5 minutes. Then what I do is a couple of things, and this is literally my system. I do two things. First of all, I'm going to go into Outreach Manager in our back office, my.solavei.com. You're going to go into Outreach Manager. You're going to choose an email to send to them. Okay, write a personal note saying I'm on my way out the door, but I wanted to send this over to you before I left. Check it out. You know, let me know if you have any questions. I love this, and I think you will too. Whatever you want to do. Erase all the default stuff that's already in there, and then put that personal message in there. Then, if you want to incorporate Share Solavei into this system now that you have, include your link and say P.S. for even more info, for even more details. I like to say for a peek behind the curtain. I just like that phrasing. Then say, fill out the form on this page, and then put a link to your Share Solavei site. Okay? So here's the thing. Some people will click that link and fill out the form. Some people won't. So it's important for you now, and this is what we're getting into, to take it to the next step. You have to follow up. This is not magical. People will not beat down your door. I mean, some people are going to get it right away and say, the website explains everything. What else do I need to know? You know, some people won't. You have to follow up. But this is the initial step one, okay? Then, okay, now that you've sent them an Outreach Manager email and you've invited them to click the link and fill out the form, they may not fill out the form, so you need to take it into your own hands, and this is what I do. In Share Solavei, there are two features that I love. I use it all the time, is the blog, and we'll get into that. I love the blog feature, and this has a lot of features. We may have to do like a whole training on just how to use the blog, but the blog, you guys, is search engine optimized. That means whatever words you're putting into there, into the title and into the summary, even when you're creating links, those words are going to actually increase your ranking so that people searching for prepaid cell phone service, unlimited, or prepaid no contract service, or whatever they're searching for, whatever you want to be found for, it actually is going to help your blog get found on Google, which is awesome. You're not even having to you don't have to pay for that. It's part of the blog. It's the magic that they've already done. So I use the blog, but what I'm doing that's worked out really well, and I'm all about duplicating my efforts, saving time. I'll write a blog, whatever it's about, a couple of quick tips for your blog or for your email, whatever. Just keep in mind, most people don't like to scroll. And so if it's longer than it would take somebody to just read at a glance without scrolling, it's too long. So you want to keep it short and sweet, something that they can read in like 2 minutes or less. That's general attention span. But whatever I type in the blog, I'll publish it. It's live. It looks great. What I do is I literally highlight the whole thing, click copy, and then I go over to the email broadcast. Okay, and then I'm going to actually send out an email broadcast to that whole list of people now
real quick
that I put in there. Yep.
Let's just show them real quick. Y'all saw how quick that was. You go to Share Solavei, click on Post to My Blog. It's easy. And here's a few of the blogs that I've done. And then you just come down here, create a new blog, decide what you want it to be, add new. You're going to create a title. So let's say Laura loves Solavei. And Laura, this is as simple as it is. Now, some of the things you're getting into about optimization and keywords and things like that, they'll want to do some studies. That's not what this webinar is about. However, you can go to empoweredliving.biz, look up the one that says SEO and blogging. Jamie Jensen, J, did a webinar a number of months ago, and then you can come in here and he'll show you how this all works. But come in here and you can just put words in here. You can come in here and right here you'll see you can put pictures, and it'll show you. Just put in the URL link of the picture. You can host it elsewhere if you'd like to, and make sure that once you just said save it, okay. So if you want it to go live, you push published and then save, and it will go live to your page just like any of these up here. Okay, so let's take a look.
And actually, a quick tip on that in the blog, she showed you where the picture icon was. Pictures really make a difference. Pictures make it interesting, and pictures actually help. It helps SEO. I won't get into how and all that kind of stuff, but just know that adding graphics, of course, you're going to want to look at pictures. That's why we buy, kids' books with pictures. But one of the quick things, you do not have to have an expensive program to do this. When you click the picture icon, it's going to ask for the image URL. It wants to know, where do I go to find that picture you're relating this to? I just have a PhotoBucket account. It's free, photobucket.com. You can upload your pictures to PhotoBucket, and you can click the little chain link on that picture, and you can actually get the direct image URL. It's going to be a whole URL link. You just copy that and then paste it into that little place on your blog where it's asking you for the image URL, right there where she's pointing to. So it's free, it's easy, it's just, it is an outside thing because you can't host your pictures on Share Solavei, but PhotoBucket is free, so that's what I use.
Excellent. Okay, keep going. I think that shows them when we're talking about blogging, hopefully that's enough of a high level of how to.
Yeah, and you guys, here's the deal. I am not an SEO expert. I am not an internet marketing expert, but I use internet marketing as a tool to help me get my message out. I am my best tool. I'm a tool. So you're going to use this kind of stuff as a way to get your message out. So please don't not do it just because you think, I don't know anything about SEO, so I might as well not do anything. No. You know what? If it's a matter of just logging in here like Stacy did, typing a quick title, typing a quick summary, uploading a picture, maybe if you want to get fancy, but just type your message, publish, and save. That is better than nothing. You've just got to be consistent and get into the habit of getting your message out. Okay, so one of the things that I like to do, like I said, I love to do things that are easy to duplicate for myself because it's going to save me time. I don't like to have to write a whole blog and then have to turn around and spend another 20 minutes writing an entire email. I figure my blog is good enough, whatever I'm saying in my blog is good enough for me to put into an email blast. So remember the person. Say real
quick, if you guys want to know where to get great pictures, right there, facebook.com/Solavei. Look at this. You should never be without content. Even if you took in your blog, you don't want to reword it exactly the same, but you can, like, let's just say you like that picture right there. You can right-click on it. For example, it's coming out of another email here, so there's a lot in that one. Let me just go back. That's not a good example. But you could right-click or two-click if you've got Mac on that particular picture right there. Let me go down and find a better one. Here we go. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. You can right-click on it or two-finger click on it if you've got a mouse, and then you just do copy image. Okay? Copy image will just put it right on your right on your hard drive. Then you go to Photo Bucket. It'll say upload photo. You'll take it right from your page there and right up into Photo Bucket, and then it'll give you a unique URL. Again, there are tons of things to be blogging about. You don't have to be like a super smart blogger person to do this. You've just got to be willing to put in the extra effort, like what Laura is talking about. Go ahead, Laura.
Yeah, and this is great. And so, I don't know if copy will work the same as what I do is I right-click. I've got a PC, so I right-click and save as. And I actually have a folder on my desktop for Solavei images. So I right-click, or I don't know if you're Mac, two-click. That doesn't even make any sense to me. That doesn't compute, but whatever.
We're for Mac.
Okay, two-click. So save as, save it to your desktop. However you do that, save it to your computer. And then that means it's on your computer, and you can upload it to PhotoBucket. Okay, so the person that we were talking about who said, how do you get your phone bill for free? Remember that person? So they've got their email in Outreach Manager. That's on its way. It may be in spam. Here's the deal. If they don't respond back to me within like a few hours, I'm assuming it went into spam, and they have no idea that I actually sent them the email. So for me, I feel like they asked me for info. It's my duty, it's my job to follow up with them and say, out of integrity, it's important for me that they know that I did hold my word and I did send them the email that they requested. So I'll just send them a quick message and saying, hey, just wanted to check in. I know how email gets wonky sometimes and stuff goes into spam. I just wanted you to know I did send that email that you asked me to. Okay, so again, it's just you're confirming you had permission to send them that email. So that person, though, they gave you their email address, right? You've invited them to go to your page and opt in to receiving your Share Solavei autoresponders if you have the pro version. But let's just say they haven't done that yet, okay? You have their email address. One of the coolest features about Share Solavei is you can also send warm market email broadcasts. This is very different than the autoresponders. Okay, and so I want, Stacy, if you can go to, I think it's under Prospects, and then there should be a drop-down menu that says Add Contact. So you're going to want to click that. You guys, this is literally step 1 and 2. They ask for info, pop their email into Outreach Manager, pop their email into here, into the Add Contact. So fill out their first name, fill out their last name, fill out their email address. If you have their phone number, put that in here too. Okay, so this is just, it may take you some time. I actually, on the plane, on the way actually to one of our social commerce universities over the summer, I took over 350 email addresses and contact information from my outreach manager, and I literally, this was a labor of love, but it has paid off in dividends. I literally copied and pasted all of that info into this Share Solavei prospect list. But you know what? Once that few hours of my life was done, now it's done, and now it's just an easy thing. I'm just popping them into Outreach Manager, popping them into here. So this is your prospect list. Okay, this is your, I call it a warm market, because the only people I put in here are people that have asked me for info. I don't ever put somebody in this until they actually have asked me, because people don't like receiving emails with links and stuff that they're not expecting, especially in this day and age where people get hacked and, you know, stuff like that. You want to, of course, develop a relationship with them first. You want to make sure you're coming across with a good first impression. You don't want them to think, oh my gosh, she got hacked and she's spamming with something called Solavei. They're not going to click the link if they don't expect it. So the only people in my Outreach Manager and in my Share Solavei are people that have either asked to be there or they've opted in. So what you're going to do is actually if you just click on, you've got a total of 205 contacts. So what I do is I just hit the word search. And this is actually searching for everybody. So just hit the word search. Okay, on the right-hand corner right there, I'm like pointing, like as if you guys can see what I'm pointing at. On the right-hand corner, see where it says send broadcast to this list? You want to click that.
Let me say this too, Laura, just to get people in the right perspective. I have 3 types of people in this setting. People that opt in, the people that ask for more information, like Laura said, and then the 3rd type that I have are members that have just joined. And so the exact same process she's taking you through right here to follow up with prospects, you also can follow up with your new members. So let's just say Jane Doe just signed up in my account in Solavei. I go in, I take her name and email from my Solavei, I put it in here just like we did a minute ago, I save it to my prospects. On the pull down when it says type of contact, I scroll down and I make her a member. Instead of a hot prospect, I make her a member. So that I can then come in here, do the exact same thing. I can actually come in and just pick her name. Like let's just pick Jane Doe, for example. And the exact same thing, send follow-up email. The same thing's going to happen where I can come in and I can send her, I send her the Welcome to Solavei and the Empowered Living Network email. So that's going to go directly to her out of my Share Solavei. I don't have to write a thank you welcome email every single time. So that is a great tool to be able to use in this same instance. So Laura, I'm going to go back here to where we just were. We've got Jane Doe on there. I'm doing this so I protect people's information that's below that because they've sent in their phone numbers and everything. But send broadcast to this list, and I'm going to go ahead and click that, okay?
Yep. Okay, so what I really love, and actually I discovered this late, it looks like you've already discovered this, but one of the really cool things about this system is that you can actually create a couple of different emails. If you like the way the email sounded and it's pretty generic to be able to use over and over, you can actually save these emails as a template. And so use that template. Again, it's all about saving time. It's getting the message out in the quickest, most effective way possible. So if you like the way something sounds or the way it turned out or it's getting good responses, save it. Save it as a template. You can always delete it later, but always save it as a template. So what I do, you've created your broadcast list. You've decided who's going to be on this list. So you can, you can see her templates that she's got there. So she could actually select one to use. She can edit it, and then she can send that off. Or what you're going to do in the beginning, if you're just brand new using this, you would select an option in step 1. You would select the link that says Add New. And so that would be, you're able to literally create a brand new email.
Which is right here.
Yep.
You just
right
click
there.
Add New. If you don't have anything in this box already, just click Add New and you'll add to it. Let me just show you guys real quick. For example, I've got everything. I've been using this since Share Solavei came out. I have put this on a couple of, not to the depth that we're doing it right now, but on a couple of our tutorials. But for example, thank you for signing my Solavei guest book. Do you have people that sign your Solavei, mysolavei.com guest book? Well, you want to hit them up over in my Solavei and say, hey, thanks for signing my guest book. But I immediately take their information, put it in here, and I go in and I send them, thank you for signing my Solavei guest book. And I can select that one, you can see, and then you can go down and take a look at, wow, what does that email look like? Hey, it was great to see your name pop up in my Solavei guest book. I hope that you have been able to see some of the videos on our site. And then you can, I always redirect them. I use Share Solavei, redirect them to my Share Solavei site because, Laura, what's awesome about what you're training right now is the fact that once you start getting people, and I have multiple Share Solavei accounts, so this one has 200 contacts in it. So what that means is when Solavei comes out with a special, like $39, and think about this, guys, $39 for 60 days. They get to keep it at $39. That gives them 60 days. If they get 3 people to switch with them, it drops to $29, right? Because they're getting $20 of trio pay. If they're able to get 6 people in those 60 days, it drops to $9 a month. Use your own marketing languaging, your own marketing taglines, whatever it is. But go in here, and all you have to do is create one email and hit the whole system, and that's what Laura is showing you here. Okay, Laura, so we've created our message, and we've put it into our library.
Yeah, and so if it's new, you're going to be starting it all over. So, I mean, literally, look at it's step 2 is edit the message subject line. This is just like writing a regular email. So one of the things I personally like doing, especially if it's a first email that I'm sending out, I always just say, you know, hey, first name. You know, if it's something that you're sending to one person, obviously you would actually type their name. In this scenario, because this is actually going to a list, it's a whole lot of people, you want to make sure that it's going to fill in. And I think if you scroll up, is it on the top there? It actually shows you how to put in their first name. Where is that? I know what it is, but I don't remember where it is.
Well, it's on one of the, you can actually go in and copy it. Let me show you real quick. If you go in here, marketing system, email templates, you want to go in, we've created some system templates, so Solavei email system template. Go in here, take a look at that, and you may go, wow, this is awesome, because this automatically has
right there.
First name, prospect's first name. If you wanted to have their name in there, then you would just type that in, just like that, pop, pop, oops. Yeah, bump, bump, first name, bump, bump. And then it's automatically, that's code, right? So they gave you the code right here. By you putting in first name, it's not going to show up as first name on their deal. It's going to show up as their first name of whatever you put into the system. If you want to go and copy, like maybe you like the look of this email down here, you can go in and just put your cursor in there and copy all. And then when you copy it, then we can go back to this other page we were just on. Remember, we wanted to create a new one, right? So we're going to go back, go create a new one, where we said add new. And in doing so, we put our cursor right back in there. Command V or paste. And look, now you can go in here and you can call it whatever you're wanting this one to be, Laura.
Excellent. Yeah, and so, you know, for me, when I'm just, oh, look at that with my new bangs. when I'm sending an email, especially the first one, everybody's style is going to be different. So first of all, there's no right, there's no wrong here. For me personally, I like to make these emails as me and as casual as I possibly can. I don't want it to look like a form letter. Even though it is, I don't want it to come across as a spammy form email thing. So for me, honestly, on the very first one, oops, we lost the screen. On the very first one, I typically don't have a header image. I don't have from the desk of Laura Wells. I don't have that attention-getting headline. I'm just saying, hey, Sarah, hey, John, and that kind of thing. And then I say, hey, here's the info I promised to send to you, blah, blah, blah. And then a lot of times, so if it's an initial email, I'll do that. Most times now that I'm doing these blogs, I'll literally just copy the info on the blog, paste it right after that initial message. I'll say, hey, first name, here's more info. I promised I would keep you in the loop. Here's what's new from Solavei. I thought you would find this interesting. And then I paste the whole blog. It has saved me so much time. And one thing I really love is that it's getting a lot of conversions. It's one thing to put a lot of people into Outreach Manager or to put a lot of people into Share Solavei. You can have thousands, tens of thousands of people, leads, whatever, in here. But until it actually converts members, it's not working. So I've been playing with this for a couple of months to see how this is working, how, you know, if I put it in the blog to the email, are these emails working. You guys, 4 enrollments in 2 days. Just from, now, yes, I created a relationship. I was nurturing that relationship over time. It wasn't magic. But they actually got off the fence after receiving one of the emails that I sent from Share Solavei. So it helped them make that decision. So for me, that's worth $19.99 a month. So it's been really awesome. So the content of the email, obviously, if you're putting something out there like a blog, most likely it's some kind of announcement, like the $39 for 2 months, or you know what? I like posting stuff and emailing stuff out, even about just fun stuff, like this pumpkin carving contest, for example. Little fun stuff that Solavei's doing, a phone giveaway. To me, I will grab anything right out of thin air, and I will use that as an excuse, as a reason to just put my name in front of that person one more time. Because if you've done a really good job at developing that relationship, nurturing that relationship as a person, not as an infomercial, just the simple fact of seeing your name on their screen, they will immediately associate your name with Solavei. So the beauty of this, of being consistent with your message about sharing Solavei with a really, ethical and heartfelt way, is that you don't have to pitch. You don't have to be a marketing expert. All you need to do is be yourself and be consistent in the message that you're sharing. So that's all I'm doing, and it's working beautifully, and it saves me a ton of time too.
Okay, so let's just do this real quick. Okay, so Laura says she does the name, whatever the subject is. Then Laura, which obviously, guys, this also helps you with avoiding it going into spam. Sometimes when you do use more pictures and things like that, it increases the spam rate. So she might say, hey, Lisa, no, it was Jane. Hey, Jane. Go ahead, Laura. What would you say in an example email of what you're finding is getting good response?
Yeah, so in this particular one, again, it's really important because you don't want to blow it here. You don't want to send an email that says, hey, Jane, if you have selected to send it to 202 people. You want to really make sure, go slow here.
Oh, yeah, this one is a broadcast, isn't it? You made this a broadcast. Okay, so let's say it's a broadcast.
So, look, and here's the thing. If this part freaks you out, erase the first name thing and don't even say a name. Just say, hey, I typically use the, term, hey girl, hey friend, whatever. But whatever you feel like doing, okay, that kind of stuff. But if it's for a list, multiple people, guys and girls, you can't say things like that. So you would just say, hey, here's the info I promised to send to you, or if you're sending it to 202 people, I promised I would keep you in the loop of great things that are going on with Solavei. Thought you would find this interesting. I don't know. Something casual, just your own language. People can smell a pitch a mile away, and it turns people off. What I'm finding is that the most casual, friendly interactions are actually the ones that stand out the most, kind of quiet and casual. So I typically just say, hey, here's the info I promised you, or I promised I would keep you in the loop about great things going on in Solavei, thought you would find this interesting, whatever. And then whatever I have in that blog post, I would paste it there. Or I would say just really quick, Solavei just announced a few days ago that they're giving the first 2 months of unlimited service, unlimited talk, text, data, whatever you want to say, for $39 a month plus tax, and then it's still only $49 after that. Can you believe it? Something like that. And then I would always, like Stacy said, I would always link back, go here for more info, call or text me if you have any questions, stuff like that. Hope to hear from you soon, Laura. I would keep it really simple. Again, the point here in these emails is not to pitch them all over again. Let Solavei do the pitching. You do the reminding and the introducing and the relationship building. So here, all you're doing is just getting your name in front of their face one more time. If you've done a good job at nurturing that relationship, they're automatically going to think, oh yeah, that Solavei thing, I really need to call AT&T and figure out my account info and switch. So just keep it super simple. So a couple things on here. Always include your phone number. You need to be available. You're a friend. Call or text me. If you have any questions, I like saying that. Call or text me. again, because my playground is Facebook, I always say if you want to instant message me, find me on Facebook and I'll put a link to my Facebook account, things like that. And then always, always, always with a call to action in every single email. It's really important, including blogs and emails. Always have a call to action somewhere. So you can say, make the switch today, and I'll send you a free SIM card. Call me while you're on my site at solavei.com / whatever your username is. Always have a call to action with a promise. So I like saying, you know, if you message me while you're on the site, I will send you a free SIM card. But here's the thing. Just a little bit of psychology for you in the last couple of seconds. That phrase right there, make the switch today, that is really powerful because their brain is going to remember the action, make the switch today, make the switch today. You don't ever want to say negative things like, don't miss this, because all their brain is going to remember is miss this. Don't forget, don't say that, because they're going to remember, don't forget. So you always want to have a positive call to action. Make the switch today, join our team, start saving money today, call me today, things like that. They're going to remember, and it's always going to be repeating in the back of their head. So, but this is it. This is how simple it can be. It should not be anything pitchy, because then it's not really you. So double and triple check your work here to make sure everything's good, it's going to the right person, it looks good, no typos. And then when it's good to go, hit send, and then it'll say your email has been queued, and you can go get yourself your pedicure or something because you're done. That's it.
So let's quickly review, Laura. Number one, so you're meeting folks all the time. You've got people. I know people that have been buying leads. I got a call yesterday. They say, well, what do I do with them after I have them? Do I just call them? I'm like, oh, my goodness. Well, you're not driving them. First off, number one, drive them to your direct, what I call outbound marketing. That is my Solavei's outreach manager. Put their information in there when they provide it to you, their name and their email or whatever, and provide it into my Solavei outreach manager. Send them out an email. Then in that email, make sure you're redirecting them over to Share Solavei, because you're just going to say, hey, check out my marketing system. You want to see some more videos, want to know how folks are sharing and earning, whatever your call to action is to get them to go to your Share Solavei landing page. And once they opt in, you're going to begin to be creating a list. Like you saw in this one, has over 200 people. You're going to see that list begin to grow. And then you can broadcast to that list, or you can go in and you can section that list. So you can go into broadcast. I may want to broadcast to everyone since, let's say I want to just pick everybody since the September 30th promotion, or maybe since January. You can go in there and you can even pick timelines of till then, and then you search that group and it'll show everybody that signed up since those dates. There's lots of options here, but you go in and pick the people you want to send it to and then create that broadcast. Even if it's a brand new announcement from Solavei, go in here, create these broadcasts. So number one, connect. Number two, share, my Solavei Outreach Manager. Number three, follow up, share Solavei. Number four, keep doing that. Keep it in your system. Let them keep churning. Every now and then go back to my Solavei, send them something from Outreach Manager. Keep doing that until they are ready to enroll. All right? Invite, follow up, enroll. Say it with me. Invite, follow up, enroll. Top, invite, follow up, enroll. You get the marketing kit. You're going to see it all through the marketing kit. Invite, follow up, enroll. Okay? So awesome, Laura. This has been an incredible training. I'm getting folks that are just pinging me saying great, great, great information. Love you. An incredible. You guys might want to rewatch this. Feel free to go to empoweredliving.biz Facebook.com/groups/Empowered Living Network. Join the conversation right now. Tap in there, ask any questions that you've got, and make sure that you not only listen to these, but also go and apply them. Laura, anything else before we go?
No, I'd love feedback. If you guys, I think for these Wednesday marketing hangouts, we only want to provide you with stuff you guys want to know. So give us feedback. What did you like? What did you learn? What do you want to know more about? We can spend a whole hour on a deep dive into one specific topic that you want to learn more about. So your feedback is really important on these things. I personally would love to know, you know, what you liked and what you learned, and then we can always address it in the weeks to come. So awesome.
Good. All right, everybody. Remember, now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one to start the revolution. We look forward to watching you grow a network with Solavei. Laura and I and all of the leaders that are contributing into Empowered Living Network, we are all believing the best for you. Go register for Social Commerce University. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.